Tov, good morning. אנחנו נמצאים בבית מדרש של צבי.
Good morning.
And we saw at Armenian today, we had this discourse of Rabbi Shai Shechter. I suppose he's on a mission with a bunch of his congregants, davening with Armenian. We had this discourse. And I think whose shir I was listening to? I was listening to a shir where, let's see, it was quoted from, anyway, it was quoted, fell asleep in the middle of shir. I fell asleep anyway.
Waiting for you to
I know, okay, so he said in the name of Moshe Shapiro, in the name of the Amshinover, that...
The Moshe quoted the Amshinover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Moshe quoted the Amshinover that we know that each Makkah was 30 days, and that Yud, of course, Tesvav was when Klal Yisrael was Yetzias Mitzrayim, that's Pesach, and 30 days before is...
The Makkah was 30 days?
Each Makkah lasted 30 days.
I thought the Makkah was a week.
No, you were 3 weeks for Azhora.
3 weeks Azhora.
And then 1 week for the Makkah. So 30 days in between the Makkahs. That's basically it. So the Makkah before Makkah's Bechoros is Choshech. And the festival of Yudal Tesvav Adar is Purim. Vayudim Ha'isa Ora. And therefore Choshech, compared to Choshech, to the Makkah beforehand. Choshech was like Udim Ha'isa Ora. And the Makkah before is Barad. And Barad is the 30 days before that is Tu B'Shvat. So Rosh Hashanah Ilanos. We know what the Barad destroyed all the vegetation. What?
Yafeh
Ma'od, but I heard it in the shir. If my brain will come back, I listened to this shir.
Which shir?
That's what I'm trying to remember, because I listen to this shir regularly, and he brought it down in the name of, I'll tell you who it is. It was Neuberger, Rav Mati Neuberger, and he has what's called gems. So he had for Va'era gems. If you really want to look it up, he has a whole series of shiurim on Torah anytime. Okay, so I think I've B'Shem Omro. So B'Shem Neuberger, B'Shem Moshe Shapiro, B'Shem Amshinover, that's where it comes. And I should double check, but I just heard before my device for some reason stopped, and I couldn't continue this year. Today is Chav Hey Teves, and Shmaryo was ahead of the game. He published Rav Savarin. Now, am I correct that Savarin's a coffee? Savarin? Are you familiar with the coffee by the name of Savarin? You're thinking, right?
That was a coffee lookalike, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think it's an actual coffee. There's Maxwell House, and as far as I remember, it was Savarin. So this is Ramosha Tzvi, Savarin, me, Savarin. The place is Savarin. So I wonder, just like...
Savarin.
Yeah, Savarin. Today is the 25th day of Teves, and today is also the art site of Shlomo ben Menachem Mazoz. Of course, there he goes to his... Why do you talk her? They got into trouble. Which one do you use? The AI? You use that... What's the name of that AI that you use?
Claude?
Claude got into trouble.
What do you mean?
He mentioned he did something that involved child abuse. And Claude gave a public apology. There it is, Savarin, okay. Savarin coffee. I know my coffee. Anyway, I might not know my Torah. So today's the art side of Shlomo ben Menachem Mazos.
Did you used to drink it?
I drank everything, although everything's decaf. So I don't know if it's really coffee. Is decaf coffee really coffee? And What do you drink? You most probably drink the real thing.
We drink real coffee. We drink platinum.
Platinum.
Yeah.
I thought that's a level of, if you want to go flights, you could go
Right,
platinum.
So there's a Nestle. Makes
Nestle. Oh, Nestle Platinum.
platinum.
Do you make it with a, what do you call those? I used to get the little cups. What do you call those again? Real coffee with a, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the little capsules.
Capsules, right.
No, we don't. We drink just instant.
Okay, I'm instant. Elio Meir Ben Baruch Feivelson. Now I wonder, my Rebbetzon's Rebbe at TI was Rabbi Feivelson. I wonder to what extent that they're all related, these Feivelsons. And then Sri Hirsch Ben David Dov Meislish. That's also a pretty Meisels, Meislish.
You can still buy a bit of Savrin thanks to the vintage cans listed on eBay.
In other words, I don't think it's...
No, it's not around. It faded away. It's unknown what happened exactly, but it faded away over a few decades, likely due to corporate
And you still can
buyouts.
get it on eBay.
You can
Can
still
you imagine get the coffee that's about 20, 30 years old?
Imagine what you pay for it.
Imagine how it tastes. Okay, anyway, I think I want to mention...
Did I tell you about the honey? The honey in the Egyptian mummy?
No.
We went to-
Although it does rhyme, honey, money, mummy.
There's a Gemara in Baba Basra, Daf Dalet, that is all about Hordos. And Hordos, after killing out all the Hashmonoim, so there was one last one that he wanted to marry, and she said nothing doing, so she went up to the roof and
She committed
jumped off and committed suicide. So the Gemara says that he Tomano Tabidvash.
He buried her in...
He buried her in honey. A few different explanations why.
By the way,
that.
that reminds me how we would like to bury our cousins in pig fat.
So he put her in honey. One reason is for his own tivus. Another reason was because he wanted to show that he was that he had her. And in either case, the honey is used as a preservative, preserves.
Embalming.
So first of all, it's very interesting because it was always schwer to me, the fact that they were chontu et Yaakov Avinu.
Right.
Chanito bayas is a very, very, very terrible thing.
Right.
So how could it be them that they, and also Yosef, I think.
Usually
right?
that injects something with them. And then,
right.
So, but if you put them around with honey, that's not
according
injecting.
to the Gemara, it's really, they just put them in honey. So I looked it up on Claude. And I said, Claude, what's this ancient custom to put people in honey? So it says that it was an ancient custom in Egypt, and they actually found a mummy that was opened some number of years ago, and there was a jar of honey in it that was 3,000 years old, and it was still good.
And still good.
Wow. Better than the Savrin.
Wow.
3,000 years, a jar of honey.
I know Scotch. We go by years, 12, 15, 18. Can you imagine honey? 3,000. Wow.
And he brought down the advantages of preserving in honey over salt. We know you preserve like meat, you preserve in salt.
Right.
Right? But he brought down the advantage. It was actually a very good preservative. But that answers really the question about Yaakov, because
it was,
they preserved him in honey. There was really nothing
There no
invasive.
Embalming. No. Except the beehive. You can imagine all the bees are surrounding.
You got to close the coffin.
Close the coffin, otherwise get be gesund. Anyway, I was going to mention, talking about gesund, I was going to mention a certain cholim that you know. I'll start off with Yehuda Leib Ben Mina. That's, I think, from Sydney. That's someone who was very severe. Avim Yishchak Ben Sima, that's my friend. He's having testing. And then Yehudit Bach.
She's finishing today the first rounds of chemo, and everybody should pray that they'll let her go home today for 2 weeks.
Yehudit Bat Shulamit, and everyone should have her in mind. And Avram Chaim Ben Yehuda, you don't know him, but we do know Yisrael Zev Ben Mina Rachel, right? I see it. I had. Do you know I destroyed a Jaguar? You know that, the story. I didn't really destroy it. I had a
Totaled
totaled, yes. I had a 2004 Jaguar with all souped up red, and that was my car for the summers. And I don't want to get into details, but I was at a stop sign, and a truck plowed right into me. Just this past summer. That was my car every summer. I had it for a few years.
This past summer?
This past summer. I'll show you a picture.
All these years you've been driving on a Jaguar in the summer?
Yes. I'll show you a picture of it.
A 2000?
A 2004, which had all souped up. It had all the,
Convertible?
Convertible. It was, no, sunroof. Sunroof. But it was, I'll show you.
I'd like to see pictures of that.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture. It was beautiful, and it was mint condition, and Kadosh Baruch Hu, well, whatever I could say.
Was it insured?
No, it wasn't. It was totaled, and in 2004, it had no really book value. It was for something that was worth.
An antique.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't really an antique. It was just in excellent shape, and it was just had everything. One of these days I'll tell you the full story.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, Yisrael Zev Ben Mina Rachel, that's the correct name, correct? And we don't know what's going on with it.
So I asked Michael Shapiro this morning, and he said that he asked David Cohen, who davened with us for a week.
I remember.
And he said that he is
being treatments?
Going out and needs tefillas.
Okay, so on that note, we also have, every day I want to treat Tzvi to Tehillim. So today we have a new chazan.
Okay.
We have a little one, Tzadik Dalid.
יביעו ידברו עתק, יתאמרו כל פועלי אבן. עמך אדוני ידכאו ונחלתך יענו.
I want everybody to see what Steve just gave as a that was his assessment.
I hope that's not much in her.
No, that's just basically maestro. You're just about to lead it. I think his assessment's changed. Kavod Adam ki heima haver. Omi Tov. Yaakov li, Yaakov li.
It's more like your whole drone.
Kol Beis Yisrael, Ahacheinu, כל בית ישראל, הרסונים בצרה, צרה ובשוויון, בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם, ירחם עליהם, ויוציאם מצרה, לרווחה ולפל יורה, ומשיבה לגאולה השתה, בגולה ובזמן קריב, יאמר אמן. Do you know this thing? Mata, mata ragli, mata, mata, mata ragli, haslacha Hashem, yisadeheni. Mata, mata ragli, mata. You don't know that? Mata ragli, haslacha Hashem, yisadeheni. That was a good attempt, also from this parak. And for the Yiddishists, if they're, even though you're going to get your sovereign coffee, we're saying again, Vayashav Alehem, when Hashem Yisbarach hot Omgekert of
Sweep
Zeh
away.
returned. Umgekehrt, yes, umgekehrt. You know what? Oh wait, when you come back, no, you think so. When you come back, I'll continue. Okay, so while he's away, we'll do a little. He's going to get some coffee at Angels. Greens is not open, so here we are on Rehov Keren Kayem Israel. And for those, I'm giving you a little guide. If you want to have a nice snack out, you can either go to Angels or to the Greens. Early in the morning, you go to Angels. Talking about coffee. Okay, actually, we'll do Shlomo ben Menachem Mazoz, Nolad ב-1908 ונפטר ב-1982, נולד בג'רובה, בתוניסיה, ב-1950, היה רב ודיין באי ג'רובה, עד עלייתו לארץ ישראל ב-1956, בנתיבות, עזתה. הוא חיבר את כרם שלמה, שאול ומשיב, כיסא שלמה, מדרש שלמה, מקבצאי חשק שלמה, מקבצאל. אוקיי, היום זה גם כן היורצייט של אליהו מאיר, בן בורך פייבלסון. כמו שאמרתי שאולי הרב פייבלסון מ-TI, זה קרוב שלו, נולד ב-1868 ונפטר ב-1928. נולד בווירג'יניה, סליחה, לא וירג'יניה, בווייגובה, סליחה, a little country, different country, אחד מ-10 הבחורים הראשונים מייסדי ישיבת טלז, עבר לישיבת סלובודקה, ב-1883 היה קרוב לאליעזר גורדון, היה מייסד ישיבת לצעירים פונוביץ', היה ראש ישיבה אחר כך של הישיבה הקטנה, אחר כך רב בקופיצ'וק, ואז לקריטרנוסלוב באוקראין, היה ראש ישיבה. ב-1897 בקלם הקים אגודה לקידום התיישבות חרדית בארץ ישראל, והיה אחד ממייסדי ועד רבונים צעירים אגונוס. רגע, היה בוועד רבונים לענייני אגונוס ליטא. הוא חיבר נצח ישראל וכוח נפש. היום זה גם כן היורצייט של צבי הרש בן דוב מייזליש. נולד ב-1901 ונפטר ב-1974, היה רב בגליציה והונגריה, ניצול השואה, היה רב בשיקגו ב-1947, קהילת שירות ישראל, הוא חיבר שאלת תשובוס מקדשי השם, שאלת תשובוס Binyan Tzvi, Davar Tzvi, Tehillah Tzvi, Igeris the Tzvi, Tiferet Tzvi. Wow. I should really tell Tzvi when he comes back that this was Mechaber, all these things. Now, since we're talking about the coffee, Reb Moshe Tzvi Misavrin, Ben Shimon Shlomo Gitterman, Nolad ב-1775 ונפטר בטיצ'לניק ביום כ"ה טבת, שזה היום, ב-1837. אביו, רב שמעון שלמה המגן מסברין, נולד בטורקיה, והיה בנו של הצדיק הידוע רב אברהם הרופא מאיסטנבול. בזיווג שני, היה רב משה צבי חותן רב דוד הלוי מסטפן שושלת זלוטשוב. אוקיי. הרב בורך כן. צבי היה רב בסברין על מקום אביו, אחר כך באומן, ומשם נקרא להיות רב בברדיצ'ב. אך כששמע שהרבנית רב לוי יצחק מתנגדת למינוי, עזב את העיר וישב בסברין. So my question to you, Shmaryahu, is why did the Rebbetzin of Reb Levi Yitzchak have opposition to Reb Moshe Tzvi as a Rav? עזב את צבי וישב לסברין, כשבא רב אברהם ישוע השל, מאפתא למשבש קיבל רב משה צבי, כשהוא כבר אדמו"ר מפורסם, את מעלתו בהכנעה מרובה, כשנסתלק הרב אפתא, היה רב משה צבי הדמות המרכזית בפודוליה ובאוקראינה כולה. רב משה צבי התנגד בחריפות לחסידי ברסלב. זה עוד שאלה לשמריהו. What did Rab Moshe Tzvi have against חסידי ברסלב? עד כדי איסור לאכול משחיטתם, להתחתן בם ולקחת מהם בלמדים לבונים. רב נוסה מברסלב שלח לו מכתב התנצלות מלא צדקיות, אבל לא העיל. אף על פי כן, רשמו חסידי ברסלב את שמו בין צדיקי הדור. מסיבה בלתי ידוע, עזב רב משה צבי בשנת 1831 את סברין ועבר לטיצ'לניק. עוד דבר, סיבה לא ידוע. מעניין, יש כל מיני שאלות על הגיליון של היום, רשמעיהו, אולי תעזור לנו. מילדיו של רב משה צבי זה רב שלמה מטיצ'לניק, הרב בורך מסברין. אוקיי. מתורתו נתפס קונטרס בשם ליקוטי שושנים, אשר נלכדו על ידי תלמידו רב עזריאל דוב אב בזדין קרסון, בעל שמן למור. עוד מתלמידו רב משה צבי, רב אברהם דוד מוברץ, רב אהרן משה מברוד, רב אליהו פנחס אב בזדין קלנבט, רב גדיה אהרן מליניץ, רב חיים מקוסוב, רב משה מקוברין, ומשולם נתן רגליאס מברדיצ'ב. לפני שאנחנו נגיד על המייסה נורא שהיה בבדוליה, אנחנו נגיד על המייסה הנורא. צבי, אמרתי שהיום זה היה היורצייט של צבי הרש בן דוד מייזליש, ומה שהיה מעניין שהוא חיבר כמה ספרים, והשמות של ספרים קשור אליך. למה? שאלה תשובה שוט, בניין צבי, דבר צבי, תהילו צבי, אגרד צבי, תפארת צבי. So now you have all these svarim. And we want to get back to the Yiddish. We were talked about that word, umgekehrt, which you thought maybe upside down or something like that, but means to return.
No, I didn't say upside down.
Okay.
Kehrt is something with sweeping.
Okay.
They say sweep.
Sweep? Okay.
How do you say sweep, do you know?
Schluffen. They
Not sleep. Sweep.
Sweep.
Like sweepy.
Sweepy. Umgekehrt. Here we go. So, Vayashiv Aleim is Hashem Yisborach Chot umgekehrt auf ze et onam. Der Straf, we learned that Straf, we know is punishment. Et onam, was es kommt ze for dem Groib.
Oh yeah, you know what? Kehrt Iber.
Kehrt Iber means
to turn over.
Yeah, right. That's why
right. So kehrt is that's the word
return. return.
Turn.
Okay. So, but this is a word that I don't think you know. Dem straf was kommt dem far dem roib was die machen mit sehr koech. What's it?
Which
roib?
word don't I know? Roib?
Roib, right.
Roib.
Reish vav yud beis. Roib, dem roib.
Roib.
Right?
Nothing to do with the robber.
It might, because it's the word pray, not with an A, with an E. Pray, you know.
Pray.
So dem roib, nachamal. It's onam. Dem straf was kommt ze far dem roib was sie machen mit sehr koyach. Ubraosen jasmisem und mit sehr eigener schlechts wird ze verschneiden. Verschneiden we know is cut off. Jasmitem Hashem Elokeinu der Eberster unser Gott wird ze verschneiden.
Do you want to know if I had anything?
Yes, I always want to know.
Here's the last thing I had. Yeah. Here's a good word.
Have you been doing your Beis Yehuda at all for the Parsha Vayera?
Did I ask you to mention it?
Okay, I'm sorry. Strike, withdrawn.
What is a Lesung? Lesung.
It's a laser beam that it gets
The
misdirected.
Lesung wendet sich auf the Edus. Oh, this is right up your alley, Mr. Richter.
Richter.
Is that how you say, Judge?
I don't know. Richter, right. Guten Tag.
Oh, shalom.
Aleichem.
Die Lesung wendet sich auf the Edus. What's wendet and what's Lesung? Yeah, got you here.
Lesung is a
Lesung
ruling.
is a solution. Yeah,
Oh,
a ruling.
ruling.
Could be a ruling.
Okay.
It's a solution. Die Lesung, and it's also die for some reason. Wendet sich. Wendet sich. I think you knew this once. This word. Wendet sich. The solution. If it was the ruling, maybe easy to guess. The ruling wendet sich auf the Edus.
Was based on
Right. Depends.
Depends.
Wendet sich. Depends upon
Depends.
on the Edus.
Not to be confused with when you get older, people get depends.
What is this?
You have no idea what I'm talking about. That's when it's not. It's fishing. You know that. What do you mean? What's that? I get it all the time.
Birgis.
Mirgus?
Die Birgis. Birgis.
Is it mountains?
Birgers.
Mountains?
Sind nicht zufrieden.
Oh, the Birgus.
The Birgis, the citizens.
Oh, so Birgus, you're right.
The
Birgus, that-
Birgis von Iran sind nicht zufrieden.
Yes, they are nicht zufrieden. They
There's one report that they killed
3,000.
20,000.
Already it's up to
One
20,000?
report said up to 20,000.
Because 3,000, it went from 500 2 days ago to 3,000, and
Just
now
killing.
they said it's much more. And could you imagine? And the red line that was set forth to a few days, he said even one. That's what he said, even one. So what will happen, you know?
Yeah, anything at any time.
Anything can happen, which can have an effect, unfortunately, on us. Because
It always does.
uh,
Der Robber absagt sein Assistant.
the rubber,
The robber.
yeah, it was a rubber. He has an assistant?
He fired his assistant. We had the word the other day. Absagt.
Abzucht.
To fire.
Can you imagine?
He had an assistant.
Robber, an apprentice robber. He did stage. Okay, here we go. We find it's not just the words that we find the sentence, which is, by the way, talking about a ruling to be sentenced. That was it, to be sentenced.
How do you say a sentence? Zatz, no?
I don't know.
Zatz.
Zatz, okay.
Zayin Aleph Tzadi. Zatz.
Zatz. Zatz. I know what a Zayin Ayin is.
That's a chavek.
Zatz a chavek. No, it could be a Zetz.
A zetz.
You get it. Anyway, very good. Are you going to walk in this weather?
No.
Because it's
it's
stickadik.
Too cold.
Not stickadik. Stickadik means
And it
humid.
could start raining at any time.
Right, it does look like
I
it,
don't wanna get
which is
stuck.
good. Okay. Anyway, so
Hopefully tomorrow. So it's
Okay.
supposed to be a bit nicer tomorrow? Or?
I think so.
I think so.
I thought so. Okay.
Okay,
So
we
with
wish
that-
you well.
I wish everybody well. All is well that ends the air with a bear. Oops, I'm caught. Let me take all my. I even have an umbrella. See, I don't forget too many things.
This is not your phone. This is your.
Oh, I left that. Oh boy, that's my Tehillim. You know, this is my Zugger.
It's your
You know what
Zugger.
Tehillim Zugger? You know what a Tehillim Zugger is?
Yeah.
Okay. Patient. We're already into 27 minutes, and I have yet to give the shear. Okay. Let's see if I can balance everything. I thank you very much.
Kol Tov.
Chaim Tovim.
Chaim Tovim.
Okay. 30 minutes. Okay. It's going to be a very long shear today because I have to get to our destination so we could talk Nidchei Yisrael, which is after all what the shear is all about. Okay. I'm marching on to. We have a lot of rain today. Baruch Hashem. In Eretz Yisrael, rain is important. Okay. Sorry for all the interruptions here. We're in Perek Chavav. Today is Chaf Hei Tevet, and we're talking about Peo de Rush, not to use a razor, and it's talking about Mikaneged Sha'er Sha'al Padato, from his forehead, ad lamata ozen, to the bottom of his ear, Yotze Mitparade, when it separates, V'chol Rochev Makom Zeh, that entire area, Lotiga Bo Yad, Mitzad Shehu B'chlal Peos, because it's considered, and we use the word Peos generally as referring to the corners of the Rosh and Misham, Lamata Mechila Peos HaZakan, begins the Peos of the Zakan. You got to be careful when you're shaving, especially this area, and that's why people, the Machmir, they have beards. Because of our sins, Matzui Shema'avirin es Peos Ad Samach Lebasora Mamash, the people shave even with a scissors or a shaver, and which goes close to the skin, ve'ein mishayin klal, they don't leave anything. Right? So that is mamish against the Torah, v'hayolahem shayar al koponim tzad, to leave a little payas b'yosem izeh yesh mi habachrim shebe'esh saper mesaper rosho hu megalech lo hasiar she'etzel azno letzad apnim. Again, who machmas motom meshochrim shebe'as rosh nikra rak mashanu korim peah v'lo kain hu kasher kasavnu v'ulav gomor deraisa the divrei hakol gam zeh halav hu afilu al nikaf. So it's not only the person who gives the shave who's a barber, but it's the person who's getting it, the receiving it, who's taking the haircut. The niskar le'il v'alkol. Al-Kain, afilu im hamasaper hu alvedis kochavim, even if the barber is a Gentile. Yesh Yisrael azira shalo yiga bo klal mekoma. It's not a heter. You have to tell him which places he cannot use, cut off completely. V'gam b'merchatz muter lahafsik and masaper shalo yigalech b'mokom hu im yiyad dvarav nishmoyim lo kavur me'or chaim divrei l'amshin v'hisum muter afilu b'merchatz. What's the business of in a bathhouse? Because in bathhouse you can't talk Torah. So, but if you want to tell them which places are, according to the Torah, what you can cut or not cut, you're allowed to do that in the bathhouse. Paragraph Dalid. Achar maknev post rosh v'echad anikaf. Whether you're cutting it or you're the one who's being cutted. Echad mashlis pa'azakan or anishkas. Whether you're the one who is cutting your beard or destroying it. Chayavim ela shanikaf kibun she'eno semasa ein loka. But a person who's getting the haircut is not responsible because he's a passive. Unless he turns his head to enable the person to shave him. But that's in terms of makis, active. But passive is a person. It's an isur. Lefikach isur liot nikaf v'nishchas afilu ayidei akum. V'afilu 17.775.
Thank you.
Afilu ena Messiah klal kagon she'ena mata es atzmo elav klal. Mutar Yisrael akif is pas rosh akum lahashkis pas no kiven she'ena musar zebazek klal. V'hinei lefi mashe yabiranu sheyesh kama isuri Torah b'ashchosas pear. Since we learned that there are many isurim lavim, 5, for a person who uses a razor. Mama od tzorech ha'isha Yisrael lizar b'zeh v'afilim nizdamim mokom shehufkar isur zeh. Even a place where people are lax, eitzel p'toyim l'kalei adas, people who are non-observant, hey maligim, and they make fun of a person who has a beard. Avor zeh ein zeh l'chush l'kal v'kvar amru chazal mutav lo la'adam l'hikori shoti kol yomav v'al od mat yesh li yizeh v'al yiyah rasha she'achas l'fnei hamokom v'kol shekein b'zeh avon hachomer shehu over tamid kishmagale achamisha lavin. If a person shaves himself, so not only he's like the makif, he's the barber and he's the nikaf and he's the person. So we're talking about pas rosh lokan namala v'afilu mein yehudi mekacham v'im hu megaleach et atzmo over od mechamisha lavim. It's got 5 plus 5 shalav. The lo shchasis koyel mashchis v'al nishchas. It has to do with a separate lav for the person who performs it and the person who is performed on it. K'yisa barambam tosefta kama yeshlo lios v'ayad bazeh v'avazeno rabim yesh kama anashim hamiskorim ba'arzos harachokas shehufkar etzlam isur zeh v'enam misbonim ki nafshim hu ki b'meshech ezer shvuos yisrabu lehem kama me'az averot b'lo. A person doesn't realize by being lax, every week and every day that he shaves, he's committing so many averos, and chas v'shalom, you shouldn't be in that position. So on the opposite, let's be nizar, not to use a razor, and to follow the halachos the way we brought down Nidchei Israel. Chaim Tovim.